Let's go next to Rashad from Brooklyn. Rashad from Brooklyn, you're on the air. Rashad from Brooklyn, please unmute and you will be able to talk to me. And
David.
Yes.
Oh, am I coming through clear?
Yes, you are.
Perfectly clear?
Pristine.
Beautiful. You know, this is a second caller from New York, actually.
Yeah. What can I do for you, Rashad?
So I think Stacey Abrams is, I guess in reference to the previous caller, Stacey Abrams has been a hero for the Georgia Senate election and even the presidency. And I think she showed that there probably are more swing states if Democrats are willing to work.
Right.
And I was wondering, if you thought there were like any other potential swing states that if Democrats put just enough resources into, that we would be able to maybe possibly flip them blue.
Well, North Carolina is a state that is sometimes blue, that could be much more reliably blue with more Democratic effort. But then Texas is the sort of obvious big one because the reward is just so big. And we thought it would be closer than it ultimately ended up being. I never thought that Joe Biden would win Texas, but there was the idea that it would be close. And it was sort of close, but not as close as maybe we would have wanted. I think Texas, particularly with a lot of liberals moving to the Austin area, I think there's major potential, and the reward for making Texas at least sometimes blue would be absolutely devastating to the Republican Party at the national level.
Yeah, I mean, if you like, can you imagine if Democrats actually find a way to make Texas a swing state? Like Republicans would almost never win an election.
I mean, yes, it's really not far from being a swing state. It's close to being a swing state. And I think the lesson from Stacey Abrams should be, let's put 4 years into Texas starting now so that it can be a swing state by 2024.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, David.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's about it. Thank you, David.
All right. Thank you.
Do you know any particularly good Argentinian restaurants here in New York?
Yes. Yes. It's called El Gauchito, and it is in the Corona Elmhurst area of Queens. Excellent, excellent Argentinian restaurant. I don't know what's going on from the standpoint of the virus right now and dining there, but fantastic Argentinian restaurant in Queens.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. All right. There is Rashad from Brooklyn. Very, very exciting. And you never know what you're going to get when you show up at an Argentinian restaurant. Let's go to Chris from Colorado. Chris from Colorado, you're on the air. Chris?
Hello?
You are so low, you sound like you're 100 feet from the phone, Chris. Whoa. Chris, are you there? Yeah. Man, I don't know what people are doing when it sounds that way. Like, I can't imagine. Like, do I ever sound that way on the phone? I don't know. Let's go to Adam from DC. Adam from DC.
Hey there, David. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm wondering what realistically, now that the Democrats have a tenuous lead in the Senate, can get done. I don't think DC statehood or Puerto Rican statehood is on the table, but maybe some smaller stuff.
What would you like to see done?
Another stimulus bill.
Yep. I think that gets done.
Climate change controls, stuff of that nature.
Yeah, I think that, listen, some of the climate stuff can be done by executive order because Trump damaged a lot of climate stuff by reducing regulations via executive order. Joe Biden can put them right back in. Now, that's small potatoes. We want more. And I'm being very clear. We want more. We want a big legislative deal. I think the dream would be a major infrastructure, green energy, sustainable business deal, like a big, really big deal. But in the immediate Joe Biden can undo some of Trump's economic damage, regulatory loosening of regulatory climate related regulations via executive order. I think the stimulus gets done. I think the bigger questions are, do we really get a good shot at a public option, et cetera. I think and it remains to be seen.
Do you really think that the public option is on the table? I mean, can't the Republicans?
Well, it's Biden's. It's Biden's. It's on the table in the sense that it's what Biden ran on, and until he shows me he doesn't actually want to try it, I believe he will at some point try to do it, and then whether it can get done is the question.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I know that we don't have a filibuster-proof majority, so
Yes.
can't Republicans just simply kill it?
They can. The question would be at what political cost. If it's very popular, and it is, the question would be at what political cost. And I think it's great to be thinking ahead about this, but let's see how the next 2 weeks go, and let's see how Biden's first 2 weeks of executive orders go, and then let's start building the legislative agenda.
Sounds good, David. Thanks for taking my call. You have a great day, sir.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. That is going to do it for calls today. We will take calls again, and I hope you will join me for a whole new week of shows, but we'll be back with more right after this quick break.